Like, there's very good cops. I have cops that are family members, but they cannot treat us this way. All right? It's time. It's time, and I'm going to leave all the statistics, all the policies to all the experts because I'm still learning. This is something that I've had to wake up. All right? Navigating and being in Bedford, I don't think we realize how special a place this is because we're around so many people that are from so many different walks of life that we can kind of hide. We can kind of dip and dodge and, you know what, I got a couple ways to get a food. You know what, I got a couple of things to get a food. I don't really have to say nothing. You have to say something. And I'm here, I'm putting my best foot forward. This is why we're here in our Sunday's Best. We're all putting our best foot forward and we're going to change. And there's no turning back now. All right. And I want to say one thing. Thank you for every single one of you to come out here. I am honored to walk alongside with you and to be with you. If you need my support, anything, please reach out. And I am honored to introduce this next speaker, who is my brother, Gabriel Kazan.
First, I want to thank the young people in New Bedford, the people who hold office in this great city, and those of you who came here like I did in 1965 to seek my fortune in Greensboro, North Carolina. In the name of the life giver, the compassionate, the merciful, to whom all praise is due forever, ending never. First, I want to thank the life giver, source of our first and last breath, for giving us this day. Our daily bread. She is the mother of the universe. Her name is Space. They call her Kali, the black mother of space. She's a woman. She's not a man. She also put the dot in the center of every eye, which is a ray being in the Most High. You want to know who your mother is? Look at your eye. The black mother of the universe. She also created man from woman. Go look at my cousin, Dr. Delbert Blair. He'll tell you how a woman created man. No woman came from the rib of a man. Man came from woman. Everything on earth is woman. Every plant you see is woman. Earth is a woman. The water is woman. The air is woman. Let's give our women their respect. Who is my mother? Her name is Corrine, which means the Sacred Heart. Our Lady of Kazan. What's the look of Our Lady of Kazan? Pope John Paul knew who Our Lady of Kazan was. He called Our Lady of Czestochowa, and he was killed because he had a black mother he worshiped. Are you listening to me? This is not about race or color. This is about truth. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal. And endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among those of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. New Bedford. You gave me life. You gave me the pursuit of happiness. I'm glad I live here. I would have been dead a long time ago. If it wasn't for you, where can you find a nation created in your lifetime? Right here, a new nation. Only in New Bedford. We speak many tongues. We have many cultures. Here's one holy family. I learned the holy family that came to New Bedford. I go make my prayers over here at the church. Somebody said, "Are you a Muslim?" No, I'm a child of God. I go wherever godly people are. I don't care what their religion is. I know I shouldn't be talking this long. But I want you to know that our children are our future. Let us make sure we invest in our children in New Bedford. Somewhere along the line, we're going to have a president from New Bedford. Listen to me. And she's going to be a woman. If you want to, love it.
So cute. Show love.
These children that we have, we must teach them the art of meditation. We must teach them the art that everything changes. Only meditation lasts. That's the Holy Scripture I believe in. All things changes. Learn how to meditate. If we learn how to meditate, we have a better world. I want to see meditation taught to all the children in the public and private schools in New Bedford. And last but not least, I want you to guide our children in prayer. Let nobody go in this city hungry at night. We must make sure we feed the people. I want to give out a shout for Pocky Grace. He saved my life. He was a Black Panther. He had the right idea. He was not a criminal. He was in Vietnam, like a lot of people. Russell Wayne Barrow, who's gone from us. In Vietnam, he said, I had a rifle in my hand. And I was shooting these people who were rice paddies. Then he said, I had a fast. I was down in Wareham. I was watching my ancestors picking cranberries. He said, I'm not going to kill these people no more. They didn't do anything to me. He saw his own people in Vietnam. He dropped his rifle. He said, I'm not going to kill any more people. You got the message? Yeah. Killing unarmed men, women, and children. Because somebody at the top had money and said, we have to kill them and take their land. That's why I'm here. I am a Moor. M-U-O-P-O-S-U-R, which is Arabic to me. One who is the light. And you are the Moor people who put in slavery here 500 years ago. Go online, look at George Washington and the cherry tree. I was a ventriloquist at 10 years old. My mother got me this dummy. She said, all right, dummy, record what the dummy said. And the skit was George Washington and the cherry tree. So I went to church, white, called everybody, preaching about George Washington cherry tree. I did not know I was talking about my own history of being involved in enslavement in this country. The Moors, 1492. I want you to study your Moorish ancestry, because that's who we are. We're not niggers. Niggers mean ape and monkey. Are you descendant of ape and monkeys? No. Hell no. We're not Negroes, black or colored. We're not Creoles, Indians, or African Americans. We are the Moors who created the greatest civilization on earth. Go and study your history. All these things I gave you do not exist. Read what George Washington cherry tree when you go home tonight. And he'll tell you, if we take the feathers off their head, if we deny them their language, if we take their shoes off their feet, they'll be our slaves forever. That's why you got this Nazi as a president. He's a Nazi. Nazi means German. His father was a Nazi. His grandfather was a Nazi. They were the ones that were brought here after the war. We did not win the war. The Russians won World War II. They gave 20 million of their people to defeat Nazi Germany. Now we got Nazi Germany running the administration of this government. If you allow them to be there in the next election, we are dead. You want to know why this disease came? Read your Bible. 400 years, they'll keep you enslaved. And then the wrath is going to come. And that's why they don't want you to be free. They talking racism to the Caucasian people, and those people starving and dying. In the South, ain't got no job. They still believe in that false dialogue. Race makes you free. No, you don't. If you're a Caucasian person, you better watch the tan on your face, because that's going to kill you, because they broke the ozone with all these nuclear weapons. That's why you got this disease. Prove me wrong. Those of you who are scientists. No more bombing. No more dropping the stuff that poison people. What kind of president would put children in prison? For your children. Think about it. Would you want your little child to be in prison, have to drink water out of the toilet? That's what he's doing. If you don't get him and his administration out, you're gone. He's already put the judges in place. So we can't have equal rights in the war. So I'm giving you a warning. As Allah is my witness. Who is Allah? Source of our first and last breath. Now you want to know who your God is? You go to the mirror tonight. Get 2 inches from the mirror and breathe on that mirror. And see how long your vapor stays there. That's how long you got to live on earth. Now you know your end as well as your beginning. I want to thank you all for letting me have these moments. I love you, New Bedford. Please remember what I gave to you. If I die tomorrow, make sure our children are safe. And study the teachings of the Buddha. Who is the Buddha? The Buddha means one who's enlightened. It's not a religion. It's a reality I just explained to you. I never knew anything about the Buddha. But one thing you can make sure of, he said, when they asked him, he was dying, what should we do? He said, keep on. He said, remember, change is eternal. Keep on meditating. May the life giver bless us all and grant us peace in our hearts. And thank you, New Bedford. Let me live here.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Renee Ledbetter, and I have a script because I can't talk off the top of my head like everybody else. I'm not that experienced yet. I am the Vice President of the NAACP New Bedford branch. This morning, I am speaking in place of the President and on behalf of the branch. The NAACP is outraged by the recent killings of Black people at the hands of police violence and white supremacy. In the same breath, we salute and encourage the young people who are the force behind the current movement. So, can you give them a This movement is a call to every American institution to review its policies, practices, and culture to ascertain how they may adversely affect communities of color and resolve to correct, because we are done dying. I do want to take a moment of silence real quick for Rashad Brooks, who was killed on Friday night. Thank you. Some of you ask, where is the NAACP? We are right here and have always been. We're not always going to be public in certain situations. If you are a member, you will be able to participate in our community meetings. We meet every third Thursday of the month, like clockwork at 7 p.m. So if anyone's interested, you could always sign up, become a member. $30 if you're an adult, and $15 if you're a child. Community organizing is about community input, strategy, and research. Once that is completed, we go into action. If you feel as though you would like to have a voice at the table with the NAACP, or the Coalition for Social Justice, or United Interfaith Action, and or any other organization that is working towards social justice, please feel free to join. The NAACP New Bedford branch are taking steps towards systemic change by creating an agenda that will affect all police departments regarding mental health, domestic violence, de-escalation tactics and procedures, racial and implicit bias. We are currently having a conversation with the mayor and the police chief to present our call to action. It is important for us to step out on faith, and let our voices be heard. But it is also important to listen in order to begin a dialogue that can and will create change. People can't hear when you are yelling, so we have to work together in order to generate transformation. I would like to read a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. from his 1963 I Have a Dream speech. But there is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm thresholds which leads into the palace of justice. In process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. And that's what we're doing here today. So, New Bedford, it is now time for us to take action. We should register to vote. Voting we should make sure we fill out the census because we have to be counted too. If we vote together, we can make systemic change together. We have the responsibility of ourselves, our children, and grandchildren to reach out and sit down with our state legislation and have these conversations to make the change we need, nationally, statewide, and right here in New Bedford. Like I said, for those of you who have not completed the census, please do so, because that makes our presence count right here in New Bedford. Right. We're right in front of City Hall now, and if you're not registered to vote, I don't know if anyone has voter registration cards out there, but if not, you can come down tomorrow morning when City Hall opens, form a line, social distancing, of course, because COVID-19 is still out there, and register to vote, so that way your voice can count. So therefore, I just want to say change starts with us.